Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today we have got so much to talk about. We've got canceled cruises, we've got cruise ships moving to new ports, we've got cruise restarting in Australia, and so much to talk about. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members. It is really just wonderful to be here with you. And also welcome to all of you who are new. We're so glad to have you with us. If there's anyone here who hasn't subscribed yet, we would love it if you would consider subscribing. It will make you a member of our Let's Go family. It will help you stay up to date with all of the updates we do. If you like to think about cruising or talk about cruising, or if considering going on a cruise, or you are going on a cruise soon, this is the place for you. So first of all, Princess has lots of announcements of canceled cruises. So let me go ahead and start with that, and then we will get to where the other ships are moving to. So first of all, they have announced that the Diamond Princess cruises in Japan and Singapore departing through March 3rd of 2023 are canceled, as well as all the select cruises in Australia, New Zealand, and the South Pacific on the following ships. On the Majestic Princess from February 2023 through May of 2023. On the Royal Princess from September of 2022 through March 4th of 2023. And finally on the Ruby Princess, Panama Canal cruises departing February of 2023. So just that 1 month there on the Ruby Princess. And so I would like to remind everyone that, like Princess always does, whenever they have to cancel cruises, they always give their passengers 3 options. So first of all, you can just say that you want your money back and they'll just refund your money. You can also say that you want to keep the cruise fare portion as a future cruise credit, and they will refund to you, though, like your port fees, any excursions that you paid for, drink packages, any things like taxes, any things like that. They will refund to you the same way that you paid, like on your credit card. And then the other option that I think is really cool is that they will move you over to an equivalent cruise. And I noticed that on the sailings for the Diamond Princess, most of those are just moved out a year or so, and we'll still be going to the same kind of places. The only one that I noticed is the sailings that the Diamond Princess has that go to like Southeast Asia, Singapore, that region. Those do not have an equivalent cruise right now. And so if you are wanting to visit that region very soon, you might want to go ahead and just look at another cruise line, because it looks like those are canceled indefinitely. There's no equivalent cruises to move them to. And then on the ones that are on the Ruby Princess and on the Majestic Princess and the Royal Princess, they have equivalent cruises that are going very close to when those cruises were already scheduled for. And so you can go ahead and take a look at the list of what they're offering instead and pick one of those up. But the really cool thing about being moved over to an equivalent cruise is it takes your money that you paid this year and it applies it to the cruise next year if it's the Diamond Princess, or another time, just a different cruise. And often you can save money. You will save money. I am very confident you're going to save money on the ones that are further away, because a lot of those cruises are costing a lot more now. And if you booked those, the other cruises on the other ships, even though if you can pick one up like closer to when you were going to sail, a lot of those have started to go up as well. And so that is a really good option if you know you want to go on that cruise. I really suggest, like, don't cancel it and then just think, oh, I'll rebook it later when I get around to it, because it will cost more. So that's just my 2 cents on that. The other information that we've got on cancellations has to do with the Baltic. Now, it is not announced on the Princess website yet, but they are not going to be doing the Enchanted Princess sailings that are round trip from Copenhagen this summer. They're gonna, like last night on our live, one of our Let's Go family members was so kind to comment that they were going to be on one of those cruises, and that now their cruise is going to be called Scandinavia and Western Europe. And so Like I said, it's not announced on a canceled cruise thing, but it also, if you're looking for cruises on the Enchanted Princess right now on the Princess website, you can't find any for the summertime. I really think that they're just reworking those itineraries. And so if any of you were booked on one, I'd love to hear from you about what you're hearing, about any itinerary changes. Just anything would be great, because I think it will help a lot of our Let's Go family members. It helps us all because we like to know what's going on, but it's also really good for people who are considering that maybe they would like to go ahead and take a cruise, and it'll help them know what to expect and what those itineraries are looking like. And then also I should add that this, instead of sailing round trip out of Copenhagen, that the Enchanted Princess will be sailing round trip out of Southampton. And so I love Copenhagen, but I love Southampton too, because it's right there for London. It's just right there in England. It's just lovely as well. And so that has a world of possibilities just to go with it. I don't know if any of you caught, but a while ago I talked about lots of things that you could do in Copenhagen. And so look for my video that has Copenhagen in the title then, if you are interested in that and you're still going to go there, because it is a beautiful city. Alrighty, let's see. Oh, and also, you know what? Norwegian has announced they're just canceling all of their cruises to the Baltic whole region for this summer, like May through, I think it was October. And so a heads up on that. We'll be hearing more about that, I am sure, but that was just a really very recent announcement, as these other things were today also. And so I also, in addition to that, just wanted to tell you where a whole bunch of cruise ships are moving to. And I'm going to start with the Coral Princess, because we also, yesterday, you know, it was reported that the people in charge of it in Australia were probably going to announce this week that they were going to end the cruise ban down in Australia. And indeed, they have issued the formal announcement, and it is dated today, March 15th, that indeed the cruise ban is going to end April 17th. So we are with you, everyone there in Australia. We've got lots of Let's Go family members who are in Australia, and we are so happy for you that your cruise ban is ending and that you're going to get to start going on cruises again. And so the Coral Princess, as many of you might know, was scheduled to start sailing down in Australia, I think September, I want to say the 2nd or 3rd, right there at the beginning of September is when those cruises were supposed to start on the Coral Princess. But guess what? Because the cruise ban has ended, the Coral Princess is going to move over to Brisbane and start sailing cruises out of Brisbane for June and July. And they are going to be going on 3 to 12-night cruises to Queensland and to New South Wales. I think this is just so exciting. And then in August, she is going to move over to Sydney and run these 12-night sailings to Queensland and the Conflict Islands and Papua New Guinea. And so this is really exciting. And then at the end of August, when she's done with that, then she'll go ahead and start doing her already scheduled sailings that we've already had on the itineraries. So that is just fantastic. So hopefully some of our Let's Go family members down there in Australia will be able to pick up one of these cruises and get out there and start to enjoy again. And it surely, you know, I remember when we went on our first cruise, it was last August, when we went to Alaska, which was our first one, August of 2021, after the restart. And I just remember getting on the ship was so special. And then I remember as we were sailing out of Seattle to head up towards Alaska, it was so beautiful. And just the feeling that washed over Gordon and I as we stood there and looked out over the water. And it was just such an amazing feeling to be back on the water, to be back on a beautiful ship, but also the feeling that we had inside that somehow life was going to go on, and that some things that we enjoyed before COVID would be able to do again. And so it's just lovely. And so I am so excited for everyone that is going to be going on their first cruise since the restart, and for all of you in Australia that are finally going to have that possibility even. It's just remarkable, and we celebrate that with you. So the next ship that is moving, as you noticed, I mentioned the Diamond Princess. she is going to start being out of San Diego for a little while. She'll be there from September of 2022 through February of 2023. And I would like to add, this is a remarkable time to be able to sail on the Diamond Princess. To have it so close to us here in the United States, she really usually is over in Asia and Japan, just like that whole area over there. That is usually where she sails. So for her to be coming and going out of San Diego is really, I think, a special moment in time. She's going to be doing 5 to 16 night sailings to the Mexican Riviera, the California coast, and to Hawaii. And then in November, this is so cool, she is going to be doing this really special 20-night cruise down to Central America. And this is like the first time this has been done. We don't see Central America cruises. Well, you know, they have the ones that will go, you know, sometimes like all the way from Los Angeles, clear around the bottom, clear back up to Fort Lauderdale, that kind of a cruise that we will sometimes see. But we don't generally have ones that just come and go right there. So this is really amazing. And so like I said, that's going to be in November of 2022. And these sailings are going to go on sale on March 24th and on March 23rd for elites. And so you might want to start thinking about where you would like to go, because this is going to be amazing. The next ship I will let you know about, it's just quick, is the Majestic Princess. So what the Majestic Princess is going to start doing is, you notice that her cruises were canceled like from February through May of 2023. So she is going to move and go to Sydney and start sailing there in February of 2023. And she'll do that after she ends her regularly scheduled cruises that were not canceled. So she's going to be staying down there in Australia. And so what a lovely time we had to be able to sail on the Majestic Princess a few times. And that's kind of like one of those special things just that you got to do close to home. And indeed, we'll sail on somebody down in Australia. And I was going to say, you know, when we were visiting with the Down Under Cruisers, they were saying how when you come to Australia, you need a month. And because we were letting them know we would love to come sometime. And so I think we're going to end up having to wait until Gordon and I retire, because he cannot be gone from work for a month right now. But maybe we'll have to go for a shorter window of time. I don't know what we're going to do, but we would love to be able to go to Australia and see that beautiful country and go on a cruise. So, oh, and I should tell you, those Majestic Princess cruises are going to go, oh no, I don't know when they're going to go for sale yet, but they're going to announce a lot more. They said on the 17th, on March 17th, so the day after tomorrow, Thursday, they'll be announcing more about that. And then we also have the Ruby Princess. This is so fun. The Ruby Princess, as you know, has been sailing in and out of San Francisco, but she is going to move down to Galveston for a little while. She'll be there from November of 2022 through April of 2023, and she is going to be doing 19 cruises from 5 to 11 days, just kind of a variety, down to the Western Caribbean and the Panama Canal. And then this is really special. Over Christmas, she is going to do a special 11-night Western Caribbean and Panama Canal cruise. And I tried to look it up. They're not showing online yet. All of the Ruby Princess's sailings down in Galveston are going to go on sale on April 7th, which makes it April 6th for all of the elites. But that Christmas cruise sounds so much fun. It sounds like a really amazing opportunity, like if you want to take your family and go and have a wonderful trip instead of just buying stuff you don't need. I just think that it sounds like a really special opportunity. And how often do you see a cruise that goes clear to Panama, coming out of Galveston and through the Western Caribbean and everything? And so I just love this. The Ruby Princess during that time is going to be doing 2 16-night Panama Canal transits while she is sailing out of Galveston there. So that's another really nice opportunity if you want to hit the Panama Canal, and Galveston is handy for you. We're going to have the Ruby Princess there. Now the Royal Princess is also going to be going to San Francisco. And she is going to go being there starting in September of 2022. So the Ruby and the Royal will both be in San Francisco for September and October until the Ruby moves in November down to Galveston. But the really cool thing about the Royal Princess being there is she is the largest cruise ship that Princess is going to have home ported there, is what they said, is the Royal Princess. And so that's really cool. I know that the Majestic Princess is called there, but the Royal Princess is going to be home ported. And did I say September 2022 to April of 2023? That's how long she'll be there. And she's going to be running 24 cruises, 5 to 15 days in length, and they're going to be going to the Mexican Riviera, the California coast, and Hawaii. And those cruises are also going to go on sale on April 7th and April 6th for elites. And so if any of you have any questions, as soon as those itineraries become available, you are really welcome. You can send me an email at a.larson@dreamvacations.com or at letsgotraveltips at gmail.com, and I can answer any of your questions and get any information that you would like. And so don't hesitate to ask if you need anything. And so that is kind of in a nutshell where all the cruise ships are moving. I'm sure we're going to hear more. I am really excited to see all of these itineraries show up online and start thinking about what's available. So there's that. And I wanted to let you know also that Mark T, our Let's Go family member, he was really kind last night and sent me an email letting me know that the Norwegian Escape ran aground just in Dominica, in the Dominican Republic, on the coast of Puerto Plata. And so they have figured out that there's no damage to the ship, that no one got hurt, that all of the activities on board are just going along as planned. And they finally figured out that using tugboats, as soon as the tide will come in enough, which was supposed to be sometime this morning, Tuesday, March 15th, early enough to be able to get them out. And I went and looked right before I did this video, and I didn't see any updates about her getting unstuck yet, but there is so much going on with all these other developments that I could see that maybe it's a little further down on the news chain. But I wanted to thank Mark for letting us know. And I do want to say today I was on a call March 15th with Princess, and they said that they are working on those protocols for Alaska and Europe, and that they are mindful that people want them, and they will get them out as soon as they can. Yesterday, in the comments from my video, an amazing Let's Go family member said that they called Princess and actually got someone that they were able to talk them into telling them that people who have a cruise in Europe should hopefully be able to get an email this week with protocols, as well as Princess will be updating their website. And I looked right before I started doing this, and it's still not updated. And so we'll just keep our eye out, but they are working on it, and we really expect something very soon now. So thanks for telling us that. I appreciate it. Just a couple of updates from on our cruise ships. We've got Dale, he just got off of the Enchanted Princess. He said that there are 2,400 passengers, which is the most passengers have been on a cruise ship since the restart, he said, on a Princess ship, I should add. And he also said there were 1,200 crew, and that they have a production show called Five Skies, which he said is just amazing. And then we also have Karen, and she called Norwegian to find out what was going on with what's going on the Prima. And they told her that they are going to start making more specialty dining options included. And I can't remember if I told you that yesterday or not, but I have had a lot of comments, several emails, lots of things I've read about people not very happy with Norwegian for doing this. And so I'm really anxious to see what they do with specialty dining on their ships. If they really do make some really, I don't know if there's bad specialty dining, but just really to see what they actually start to include with the price. I think that that's going to be really interesting. And so I just wanted to make sure that I told you all about that. If you have got any questions, just let me know, and I will do my best to find out for you. And in the comments, I would just love to hear from everybody. If you will let us know, I'd love to know if you have one of those cruises that was canceled and what you think you're going to do about it, as well as what you all think about some cruise ships coming to Galveston and to San Diego and just moving things the way they are. This is really different than we usually see, and it is still because of COVID. New Zealand can't open. our Let's Go family member, like I said, thinks that New Zealand's not opening until 2025. And so that is a huge, you know, relatively quite a few ships would call there. And so just with everything that's going on still with what's going on with COVID, we're, I think, going to continue to see some things shift and get rescheduled a little bit. But hopefully we're getting a little bit to the end of all that. And so if you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.